Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see from the black bottles that are behind me, we are talking about men fragrances. But ladies, just wait. We are talking about men fragrances that actually women can wear. So they are totally unisex, if not in some cases even leaning slightly feminine. So these are not only fragrances that I would definitely recommend for you gentlemen out there, but also ladies, if you are looking for a gift for your significant other, but it's also a gift for yourself, then these are definitely for you. But before going into these fragrances, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura, and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Also follow me on Instagram, where I post some exclusive content that I don't do here on YouTube. And without further ado, let's start. The idea of this video actually started when I discovered some really amazing scents that were actually targeted for men, and I absolutely was obsessed with wearing them myself. So I went on a hunt for these unisex fragrances, or let's say men targeted fragrances that are actually totally unisex. So I looked for videos on that on YouTube, and I did find some, and I tested almost all of them. Yes, some worked out for me and some didn't. So I am talking today about the fragrances that I personally would recommend. So let's start with the first one we have here. This is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Now this is quite an interesting fragrance and extremely affordable. Unfortunately, it is discontinued, but it's still available, so get your hands on it because it's a hidden gem. I know about this one from Emmy, from Emmy's World of Fragrances, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful ambery, spicy, warm fragrance. I get a little bit of a powderiness. I think there is iris in the note, if I'm not mistaken. And it definitely smells more expensive than it is. This, I would say, almost smells niche-like. Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing fragrance. Totally unisex. I don't know why they labeled this one for men. It's a totally unisex fragrance. If you love, I would say, fragrances like Spiritus Double Vanille from Guerlain, you would also like this one. Of course, they are not totally similar, but if you love this one, you will also like this one. And given the price tag, you can't go wrong with it. Now, when it comes to longevity and sillage, it's long-lasting, yes, but it doesn't project like other fragrances from this genre, if you know what I mean. So it does project, I would say, moderate to strong, but usually fragrances that have these kind of notes, so vanilla and benzoin and incense, these type of notes usually are quite strong on projection. This is, I would say, moderate to strong, but not bad. I mean, for how much you are paying, it's great value for your money. So definitely get yourself one of these absolutely hidden gem. I would highly recommend this one for men and women equally. Stunning fragrance, stunning. Now the next one doesn't need any introduction because I talked about this one to death on my channel. I love this one so much. It's one of my absolute favorite fragrances, especially for date night. Very sexy. A gourmand, spicy, ambery fragrance. Oh, beautiful. The main note here is kulfi, so it's kind of a gelato or ice cream from India. It has also some spices in it, so cardamom, nutmeg. Beautiful, sexy fragrance that works beautifully on men and women. They actually have also the Parfum that is discontinued, unfortunately, which is a little bit sweeter, but for me this works beautifully. Actually, I do prefer this one to the Parfum. I have a comparison video, so if you can still find the Parfum and you're interested in knowing which one to get, I have a full comparison. You will find it in the description down below and also in the eye up here, so check it. The cardon here is to die for and has, I would say, moderate to strong projection and also longevity. Tom Ford Noir Extrême. Now let's get to a fragrance that I actually discovered while searching for unisex fragrances, and that is Viktor and Rolf Spicebomb Infrared. Now the Extreme works perfectly, and a lot of YouTubers actually talk about the extreme version. I personally prefer the infrared. Again, it's a discontinued one, but you still can find it, but both of them work beautifully. This is just a little bit sweeter. And this is cinnamon, tobacco. Yeah, these red fruits, saffron, benzoin. It's beautiful. One of my favorite fragrances for men is actually Viktor and Rolf Spicebomb Extreme. But for women, I definitely prefer this one. Again, also the extreme one is unisex. I just prefer this one for women because it's slightly more sweet. If you love cinnamon, you will love this fragrance. And I absolutely love cinnamon. It's so beautiful and addictive and spicy and warm. Yeah. I can't recommend it enough. I would say this is from the designer world. My favorite one, no, I would say the Tom Ford. So my second favorite from the designer world when it comes to unisex fragrances, definitely. So good. Check it. It's beautiful. If you love cinnamon, spicy fragrances, don't worry about the tobacco here. It's not a very strong or off-putting tobacco or ashy tobacco. To my nose, it's this fresh tobacco, and it's not so in your face. It's moderate to strong when it comes to performance and also longevity. So highly recommend it. In the same vibe but slightly different, we have L'Homme Idéal from Guerlain. Oh, love this fragrance. This is so classy. It has almond and plum and cinnamon. So beautiful. It's spicy and sweet. There is tobacco, there is leather, but don't worry about them with kind of a woody base, patchouli woody base, I would say. And it's definitely this Guerlain vibe. I don't know, Guerlain in general, not all of the fragrances, but in general, they have this very classy, understated vibe to them that I can't explain. This, I think, is the one that everybody mentioned as a unisex fragrance. And I totally agree with that, especially on men. But yeah, I wear this fragrance, no problem. Absolutely stunning if you love almond and cinnamon. So you see there is a vibe in the fragrances that I mentioned. So it's spicy, ambery, vanilla. And this is just stunning with this almond touch. The almond touch is so unique with the mixed heliotrope, works really beautiful. Again, moderate to long lasting when it comes to longevity and also sillage. Just an amazing scent, so I would highly recommend it. L'Homme Idéal Extreme. Now, since we talked about L'Homme Idéal, let's get to another flankers. This is L'Homme Idéal Cologne. Now, this is in the opening quite off-putting. Or not, no, let me rephrase that, it's not. Now, this one in the opening smells slightly masculine, but in the dry down, it's definitely unisex. So you have again the almond note, which is quite special. So the opening is quite sharp and I don't know, there is something extremely off-putting in, like in the first minute of this fragrance, I can't stand it, but in the dry down, it's absolutely beautiful. So you have again the almond, as I said, then you have your usual citruses, so grapefruit, orange, and bergamot. There is also neroli, and in the base you have musk and vetiver. But to be completely honest, almost the majority, let's say, of fresh fragrances are actually unisex. So It's not a surprise what I want to say, that this is unisex, what I mean. But it's not mind-blowing, if you know what I mean. So I do recommend it. It's a beautiful scent, but yeah, it's not special enough. So you see the others, the effect they have on me. What I want to say at the end, this is not my favorite fresh fragrance in the world. So let's put it like that. Now let's move to this one. Of course, I mentioned that quite a lot on my channel. This is Le Mel Le Parfum. My favorite Le Mel. They are all gorgeous. What can I say? Oh, I love this fragrance so much. It's so sexy again. We have again vanilla, amber, woody notes, iris, and cardamom. Of course, cardamom is a sexy note. I mean, I love it and I find it quite sexy. It's one of my favorite notes, actually. Quite long lasting, and I would say it's moderate to strong projection. An amazing scent, and oh, so sexy. so sexy. Highly recommend it. So, Le Mel Le Parfum. Now, since we talked about Le Mel Le Parfum, let's get to this one. Le Beau. Let me tell you, this is not a fragrance that I would recommend. So this is one of the fragrances that I bought to test because they said it's unisex. Well, it is unisex, but no. It's coconut, so it's totally different. So don't think about Le Mel here. It's totally a different DNA. Here you have coconut and tonka bean and bergamot as notes. Of course, there are more. Oh my God. It reminds me of something that I can't put my finger on. Something that I used to eat in my childhood. But I don't know what. Yes, it reminds me of something. I can only be honest here, guys. This smells extremely juvenile in the sense. The image that comes to my mind is like this teenager that has sunglasses, just got his license, and he is driving through the street in the summer with the music loud, and he thinks he owns the world and he doesn't know anything. I know. This is the image that comes to me with this fragrance. And maybe, yes, this is Le Beau. Maybe this is the targeted market, so they did a great job. Yes. Of course, I have to mention that I don't like coconut, generally speaking. I have some fragrances that have coconuts that I absolutely love, but usually it's a note that I don't like much. It smells extremely synthetic to me and a little bit cheap, juvenile. As I said, I just can't recommend this one. And then they came this year with the intense version, which is disgusting. Sorry, I don't use this word a lot, but I can't. Sorry, this is my personal opinion. This is my channel, so I am going to tell you what I personally think. I think that fragrance is disgusting. Anyway, now let's talk about a fragrance that I find quietly underrated. This is Trussardi Uomo The Red. This one I actually discovered myself, so I didn't hear anyone talk about it. And when I smelled it in the store, I loved it. Now, don't be fooled by, if you go from Fragrantica, it's categorized as an aromatic fougere. It is, but it's, to me, unisex. Opening is quite masculine. Dry down, it's more on the warm, spicy side. So you have this beautiful tonka bean, you have nutmeg. There is this rosy touch because there is geranium. It has this aromatic touch because there is clary sage and I think also leather and patchouli galbanum. And if you go on Fragrantica, you will see really bad reviews on this fragrance, and I don't know why. I mean, it doesn't smell expensive. This is quite an affordable fragrance. And for an affordable fragrance, it's actually amazing. Many say it's generic, it's not special enough. I mean, when I read the reviews, I said maybe I don't know, maybe I didn't smell it. Maybe I confused it with another fragrance. So I tested it a lot of times. So this is not a blind buy actually. I tested a lot of times in the store and every time I loved it. Is it leaning slightly masculine? Yes, I have to admit that. If you are a little bit on the adventurous side with your fragrances, check this one. It has also a little bit of a boozy touch because I think there was cognac in the notes. Yeah, I think it was cognac. It has, I would say, moderate longevity and sillage. So it's not extremely long lasting or semi-projecting, but I mean for the price, it's beautiful. Now let's get to this beauty. This is Initio Blessed Baraka. This is such a stunning fragrance. A stunning, addictive, alluring, sexy fragrance that is just a masterpiece in my opinion. They credit on Fragrantica again only 3 notes. There is amber, musk, and sandalwood. I definitely smell more. I get a little bit of benzoin or vanilla. There is something sweet in it, a hint of spiciness, and I guess there is also tonka bean. The dry down and the sillage of this fragrance is just amazing. It's a captivating, stunning, sexy, I don't know. I don't have enough adjective to describe this fragrance because it's mind-blowing, so I will stop here. It's unisex, yes, but it leans slightly on the masculine side, I have to admit. But if you love fragrances like Oajan or Carlisle from Parfum de Marly, you will definitely like this one. I actually prefer this one to Carlisle. They are different. They are different fragrances, but somehow they have the same effect, the same vibe. But I definitely prefer Initio Blessed Baraka. If you love spicy, ambery, warm, addictive, alluring fragrances, oh my god, I'm doing it again, then definitely check Blessed Baraka. Let's talk about the longevity and sillage, because this one, I mean all Initio fragrances, almost all of them, are just stunning when it comes to longevity and sillage. This is not an exception. Extremely long lasting. It lasts forever. Extremely projecting fragrance. And the sillage is to die for, I can't recommend this fragrance enough, but definitely test it before you buy it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Now, I am planning on doing a comparison video between this one and Carlisle. So if you are wondering, then definitely don't forget to subscribe and also to hit the notification bell so you don't miss that video. Let's get to my baby, my favorite fragrance. This is Oajan from Parfum de Marly. There is no enough words again to describe this beauty. It went through last year declutter. It was actually in my top 10. It went through even my marrying of my fragrance collection this year. So that says a lot. This is cinnamon, honey, vanilla, tonka bean, amber. I think there is also benzoin, and it's so delicious and so beautiful. The cinnamon is quite strong here, so you definitely have to love it. It's a gourmand. Beautiful. A lot of people say it smells like an apple pie. To me, not so much. You definitely get the resemblance. There is this vibe, but I can't talk enough about how amazing this fragrance is. Again, has an amazing performance. This lasts extremely long. Again, like Blessed Baraka, has an amazing sillage. Actually, I said that before, but if you layer Oajan with Blessed Baraka, killer combo. You will smell irresistible. This one, although it's targeted to men, actually I find it slightly on the feminine side. Maybe because sweetness is a little bit associated in my mind with women fragrances, but stunning, stunning, stunning fragrance. I can't say enough about it. Highly, highly recommend it. Now let's talk about fragrances that I don't have a full bottle of, but I have decants or travel size. Let's start with Carlisle. This is mainly a patchouli vanilla fragrance with tonkabean and nutmeg. So as you can see, the notes are totally different to the ones that Blessed Baraka have, or at least the ones that you can find on Fragrantica. But as I said, in the dry down, they have the same vibe. This is totally unisex again. Don't be fooled by the opening. The opening is a little bit, maybe because of the nutmeg, and so a little bit sharp, and you think about masculine fragrances. In the very dry down, it's magical. It's this chocolatey patchouli alongside the vanilla. It's almost a gourmand. Highly, highly recommend this one also. But again, as I said, I personally prefer Blessed Baraka. This is a special occasion scent. Like Blessed Baraka, also the same. So something that you wear when you want to impress and you want people to look at you. So for patchouli lovers, definitely I recommend Carlisle. And since we talked about Parfum de Marly fragrance, let's get to another one that I'm a little bit on the fence about. So this is Harriet from, again, Parfum de Marly. This is mainly a tobacco fragrance. And I know that a lot of women actually love this fragrance. And I actually did for the longest time. But since then, I don't know, I smelled a lot of tobacco fragrances. And although this is a beautiful one, but it's not the most feminine fragrance in my opinion. So I don't know. And this is why I am putting Harriet on my honorable mention. So it's not like the Beau, I do not recommend it, but it's not in my top 10. Let's say like that. So here again, you have tobacco, you have vanilla, also cinnamon, yes, again, some incense, and there is, I think, cypriol. I think what I don't like in this fragrance is cypriol. I discovered that cypriol is one of the notes that I struggle with. I just can't get along with cypriol, but it's not too much. It's not too much in this fragrance. So it's a tobacco forward fragrance with some vanilla. There is a spiciness in it because of the cinnamon. Slightly smoky in a way. It's slightly sweet, but not too much. So it's not so sweet like Tobacco Vanille, for example, from Tom Ford. Another, by the way, unisex fragrance that didn't make it to the list because I found it quite polarizing as a unisex fragrance. Anyway, let's continue with Harriet. I'm a little bit shocked that a lot of people consider this as the best from Parfum de Marly. I don't know. It's a gorgeous scent, but I wouldn't put it as the best Parfum de Marly fragrance. Now, last and certainly not least, let's talk about African Leather from Memo. Oh. This is, I think, the best Memo fragrance. And that says a lot because I love Memo, as you all know. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Now, again, this one has quite a masculine opening, but wait for the dry down. The dry down is so beautiful. It's warm and spicy. A lot of cardamom here. So it's called African Leather, and it has leather, and by the way, it has also wood. But oh my god, the dry down on this fragrance is so intoxicating. You can't even imagine. I mean, I love cardamom, but if I have to choose only one cardamom fragrance, it will be this one. The cardamom here is gorgeous. It's fresh and cold. You know, cardamom has this coldness to it, but yet the warmth in the background. Extremely sexy. Extremely sexy. But this is a fragrance that I would say is more sexy on a man than on a woman. So for a lot of these fragrances, I say it's sexy on both men and women. This is on a man. Extremely sexy. I think I have a video on the most sexy men fragrances. I don't know, I don't remember anymore, but I think I have. If I do, I will leave it in the description down below and in the eye up here. Now, to be completely honest, it does lean masculine, but I can wear it no problem. This is a fragrance you would wear when you are feeling a little bit daring, maybe wearing a black leather jacket going out in the evening. I mean, it has this vibe. Amazing longevity. This lasts almost the whole day and has a strong projection. And I have again a tip for you. This is beautifully layered with Oud for Greatness from Initio. Now, I didn't also include Oud for Greatness because although a lot of people consider it a unisex fragrance, because to me it's quite masculine. I personally can't wear it. So I am giving you only the fragrances that I personally would wear as a woman. Oh my god, I can't get over the scent. It's absolutely beautiful. All of them are actually beautiful fragrances. And before I go, I have to mention two other fragrances that I couldn't try. So one of them I actually tried a long time ago, but I couldn't get like a sample or something so to really test it, so I didn't mention that. And this is Spy from Givenchy, an ambery, I think it was spicy fragrance. So if you know about this fragrance and you consider it unisex, or you are a woman and you wear it, please tell me in the comments down below. And the other one is Valentino Uomo. I think that one had chocolate and hazelnut, was quite gourmandish. I also did not try that one. So if you know that fragrance, please tell me in the comments down below what do you think about it, if it's really unisex or not. So that was it. These were my 10 men fragrances that I would highly recommend for you ladies to try. Most of them, as you can see, are winter fragrances, special occasion, you know, evening scents. For fresh fragrances in general, all unisex. So there is nothing, you know, groundbreaking about fresh unisex fragrances. Actually, categorizing fragrances for men and for women is a culture construct. I mean, I think if you go around the world, you will find different categories for men and women when it comes to fragrances, or I think so. Yes, I think so, definitely. So, I mean, wear what you want, when you want, but if you want to share your fragrance with your significant other, I definitely recommend these, especially that the majority of them are quite sexy. So that was it. I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao!